It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? I mean, these are people I never knew about. And I'm not trying to say, oh, I'm Mr. Big. It's just not on my radar screen, dude. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I would care about what the New York Times writes about me. I don't much care about what the Contra Costa Times writes about me. Other than, as usual, I will use this to promote the heck out of us. Because I know how it's going to go. You're going to get clowned. We're going to expose you. And we're going to make the point, again, that is extremely valid of why conservatives have to have conservative media. Why it's critical to everybody out there. Why we're so needed. Because you'll never get the truth otherwise. You'll never get the news. They're not just making fun of us. They're making fun of you. They're making fun of you. And they're saying that you're not good enough. You don't deserve to have a voice. We have the power. We're going to tell you what to do. That's what this is about. And any conservative candidates out there, I would never have Lisa Vorderbrueggen, in my opinion, moderate any debates. You're not going to get a fair shake. Go ahead.
Well, let me just say this. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You're on a good roll. But just to make the point about what you said about you're not good enough. What Lisa Vorderbrueggen is doing, what she's saying, which is, hang on.
Go ahead. Well, look, let me finish.
This is similar to what all the liberal elites do, is we know better than you. I, Lisa Vorderbrueggen, should be orbiting who is and who isn't important. Not anybody else, including conservative media, and including the viewers of this video.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Somewhere in here, oh yeah, in front, Krager has adamantly admitted and corrected his error in judgment. Who are you to decide what's an error in judgment? I mean, we're going to deal with that in a second. Let me just lay this out here. I know there's so much here. I'm trying to make this as clear as possible. There's a little bit convoluted, but there's so many different interlocking loops, but they all crystallize in the end here, right? So hang with us. There's so much juice here. Now it goes on. Now it gets to me. ConservativeNewsMedia.com co-founder. It's Conservative New Media. It's not just Conservative New Media. We're everywhere. All right. Co-founder. Not a co-founder. I'm the founder. The founder, the owner, the CEO, the whole 9 yards. Now, PFP's right there with me and stuff like that, but I signed myself. There is no. But once again, you're wrong. I'm the freaking founder. I'm the one who's been a conservative forever, who's done the media, who's done this and that, whatever, came up with the whole idea, the name, the whole deal. Okay, so let's get it straight, don't get it twisted. But whatever, I mean, I don't really care. You can call me the janitor. I only care because for someone that is skeptical of who we need to trust with media sources, how do you keep getting things wrong? And apparently, from what other people are saying, and Paul's going to get deep into, definitely isn't the first time. Right? And she's got my number, right? I mean, just like Beck does. I mean, Lisa, call me.
Here's something else. See, because I haven't seen the article, like you said, it's not online because the papers are hurting, so maybe they're kind of lagging in terms of getting stuff. I didn't even know that she wrote that Beadles corrected the error. What error? What's the error? Why don't you tell your readers what he did or what he said?
No. Krager. We'll get to Beadles. This is what's,
okay, my mistake.
Yeah, Krager. Because what she said about Beadles, who, oh, by the way, him and his campaign were her source, which I named straight off the bat because it's obvious. Nobody cares about this race. And nobody at this point, and surely nobody cares about Robert Beadles. Okay? So the guy makes a crazy stink all over the place. I mean, it's not like, I'm a super genius with superpowers, psychic and otherwise, but it doesn't take a super genius or rocket scientist to figure that out. Right? And so anyway, so she's like, he called Robert Beadles the equivalent of a right-wing nut. The equivalent, you have all this, it's just so funny, well, we'll deal with it. You've got all this space, but you never mention what the article's really about, or what is his association that would, in his own words. Again, we've linked to it. In fact, we'll link to it right here. If you want to take a break and come back to this video, check out here. This is Robert Beadles going on Alex Jones's show. And Alex Jones, a noted 9/11 truther, as some have described him, right? And he may even have described it himself. I'd have to really be more familiar with this stuff, but we've looked, he's way out there, right? And conspiracy theorists, it's kind of like the Art Bell of politics. Robert Beadles goes on the show and says, I love you, and you're just so important to me. And that, all the other things that we've linked in this, I mean, go to here, check it out. I mean, just look at the names of Alex Jones's movies. You're going to just die laughing, and it's extremely expositive. So, again, if the story's about CD11 and the candidates, and this, why don't you talk about that? If the story's about the post and the credibility and skepticism, why don't you talk about the content of it? Why don't you talk about whether we were right or not? Can't do that. That's not important. Don't look at the little man behind the curtain. Shh. So here she gets to me. ConservativeNewsMedia.com co-founder, senior lawyer John D. Villarreal sees it differently. Quote, I'm not God, I'm not the IRS. Right. Well, I'm not here to ask people their financial arrangements. Right. What she just cut off is, I don't know what your pay package is at the Contra Costa Times. I don't know how much you get paid, Lisa, for your speaking engagements to various groups, including Democratic groups. I never asked about that, did I? Exactly. Give me a break, dude. Right? Said Villarreal, who's no longer eyeing the 11th district seat himself. Ooh, that's so juicy. I've got an interest in this. I've said it myself in a video months ago. See, if you do your research.
I mean, you know, it's like, what are you, some grand Illuminati, like staging the race behind?
Yeah. What's the real conspiracy theory here? No, I'm super confused.
You know, who's the other co-founder of CNM? Like, I don't know, you know, the right George Soros? I mean, come on.
Richard Mellon Scaife is probably the other co-founder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have people anonymously take out all the other candidates so that I can swoop in at the end and get the primary myself. This is unbelievable. And I quote, we want more free speech, not less. I've invited all the campaigns to post on my site. Right. So no matter how you try to pump me out, how do you dispute that? How do you criticize that? Anyone can come post. As I told you, I would rather have people post in their name than anonymously. But every single reporter, I mean, the hypocrisy of it. Well, hold on. Let's come back here. Let's finish this and we'll shred it. Villarreal has also offered all the campaigns his paid services as a video producer and political consultant. Yeah, right. Again, all disclosed. You're not breaking any news. All disclosed. All disclosed before. All disclosed in print. All disclosed in emails. All disclosed in the videos. There's no news here. And again, exactly what Coase, Rowe, a ton of other people do. Dick Morris, Frank Luntz with his poetry. Dude, this is run-of-the-mill stuff. You'll forgive Beadles if he declines. Why would I want that? Dude, I mean, seriously. This was before I even,
He already declined. He had first dibs and he declined.
Right, dude. And I freaking declined. I've already declined working with him before in the videos. This is before I knew Beadles was running. This is before I knew anything about Beadles. This is before, it was just a general statement that anyone could do with him. We allowed Beadles because he got punked to come on and post, as long as he didn't post anything freaking crazy. Why would I want to have my services for freaking Alex Jones? I mean, as I told you, we will work for anybody. We're an arms dealer. We'll work. We're just like Donnie Deutscher. I mean, you don't say a marketing company and say, oh, yeah, I only work for these people or not these people. I mean, we'll take any business that is legit and not extreme. That of course, favoring one, do more work with a conservative client. That's obviously where we're going to get most of our stuff and whatever like that. But we would work. We're good friends with people on the left. Feminists, this and that, whatever, we would work with all kinds of folks. There's no doubt about it. So
here's another, and that is this: is Lisa Vorderbrueggen working for free at the Contra Costa Times?
That right? Is she working for free at the Contra Costa Times? Yeah, exactly. We're going to deal with that. What are her motives? What are her financial arrangements? What conflicts does she have? And we're going to deal with all that. In a 5-part, 50-minute video series, Villarreal posted last week on his YouTube channel. In other words, we scooped you. And we showed that your story is no story. And we killed it before it even came out. And you're mad about that. I understand that. But, sorry, it was a stupid story. That's a non-story that you're trying to morph into this little hit piece, whatever. He said that Beadles has, quote, no chance to win. Right. I will say it again. He has...
You know what, too? You need to tell the viewers exactly how that developed. About she was going to write a certain angle, then we scooped her, and then she sent the letter to the Frank, you know, to the you know, we need to, like, let people know.
No, that's all coming out. Look, viewers, I know we go on. You got to follow us. You got to stay with us and hang with this, okay? You got to get all of it because at the end, it's going to bang. It's going to click all together.